Hello, and we say a fantastic day to you at this moment of your time. We are the Palladium Council. We thank you for allowing this transmission to take place. We ask in which ways can we be of service to you with your questions or comments now?
So the question about the background music you hear, even in quiet places where you don't expect it. I'm here in the Italian Alps, and there is sometimes very loud music at the place where I want to do a recording, and we are bombarded with it. What's going on?
Your society makes it so that individuals feel a constant pressure to perform and to produce and to work. And this requires a constant state of high stress and an upbeat spirit that keeps people very energized. Hence, you have many coffees, you have loud music, you have fast-paced life, you have aggression in your media and in your entertainment, and everything is about distracting and aggravating and amping up the nervous system so that individuals feel ready and prepared to either perform or consume, perpetuating the cycle that keeps uplifting and empowering those elite at the top who control the economies and the corporations and so on and so forth. Though, of course, by not going within and looking at themselves, they also come to miss out on that beauty and power of their connection with Source. It is important to teach and share about the power of stillness and of silence and of self-reflection and introspection. As more people come to learn about this and appreciate it, it will change your world.
Well, I'm now at the top of the mountain, and the view is breathtaking. It's quite amazing all around me. And there was quite some technology to get here. The chairlift, the cable car. Otherwise, totally inaccessible. And I'm reminded of the inaccessible parts of our planet, like when you fly over remote parts. So my question is, are there any creatures living in the inaccessible parts of our planet that we don't know about?
There are parallel reality versions of your Earth that sometimes bleed through, and this allows for beings like what you call Sasquatch or Bigfoot to meet with humans in a sort of threshold between dimensions. There are other such creatures of this nature that are very difficult for science to get very close to or familiar with.
I have a question about trees. Plants and trees apparently are upside down compared to us, so that their being is connected primarily to their source of nourishment, which is the earth, and they excrete into our world. So is there some truth in this, that plants are kind of upside down compared to humans?
Yes, this difference between trees and humans is a natural polarity of your world. Humans bring the energy of the cosmos down into this earth reality, and trees bring the energy of the earth up into the world. As they grow into the earth, this is where their consciousness is stored. So while you have your consciousness in your head and you use your lower parts, your gut, to digest your food, and this then gives you the energy that keeps your brain functioning, allowing you to live your life. The trees take their energy from the sun, well, yes, some energy from the ground too, but this energy from the sun becomes the way that they grow into the earth. And the earth and the roots, yes, they're both like a heart, but they're also like a brain, as these roots connect with a mycelium grid around the earth, and through the roots there is a consciousness connection. So the other energy that is very parallel for the trees and the roots is that they are much like a nervous system. They are both the veins of the tree's heart, and they are the tendrils of the tree's nervous system. And these nervous systems connect with other trees that allow the trees to communicate and also to transport nutrients and moisture to neighboring trees that might need it more than they do. And in this way, trees can be connected in communion with very, very distant trees from their present location. And all trees of the same general genus do have some sense of familiarity and family with each other.
In Italy, public transport is very affordable. In fact, in this part of Italy, the buses are free. In contrast, in England, the transport is very, very expensive. So I was wondering about the future trends. Which model will win out? Will public transport get cheaper? Will it shut down? Or what will happen?
In general, the trend will be toward free or very cheap public transportation in most parts of the world. And many of these basic services of life will become either free or very affordable. Your world will eventually become oriented towards bringing out the best in humans by allowing them to feel secure, safe, and comforted, rather than putting pressure on humans to perform by evoking their fear of survival and their tenacity to become the best. And this different sort of world will find that in the core of each human there is grace, there is love, there's generosity, and there's willingness to serve. And this will take place as more and more people realize, as we've already shared, that the systems in place in the world don't need to be there, and they do not serve the masses, they serve the elite. And some countries are already on this pathway, and as the people of the countries who are more oriented towards this competitive, fear-based model will wake up and challenge the status quo, your world will become more oriented towards serving the public and making people's lives far easier. The more proof will support the process to progress. So it will become very self-evident that those places that support people and offer them these services and these levels of kindness and basic decency will see that humans are well-intended, generous, and truly able and willing to work regardless. Then many other countries will follow, and yes, big and powerful shifts will take place on your world.
I've been thinking about how many people work on so many different jobs so that we have a comfortable life. I'm on holiday at the moment, and so there's all the staff who prepare the food, there's the bus drivers who drive us, behind the scenes mechanics who make everything work. So many people work, and it seems to be our society is set up to create this work ethic where people need to work so much. And you said in the future things will change a lot. What's going on?
Well, the tenets of your present societies and your world is that society and all members of it ought to be absolutely at their most productive, creating as much as possible, working as hard as possible. And if it happens to go this way, you will thus create the most and produce the most and get the best results according to your current models. But what really you create in the process is many people who are absolutely overstressed and people who are disconnected with their deep sense of innate value. If you trace back to a hunter-gatherer world, you would understand that beings do not question whether or not they deserve the abundance that they gather. If they found many berries, they would not think, do we deserve these berries? They would think, nature delivers berries. This deserving and earning are concepts that you have created to make people want to work, as people do not feel worthy unless they have put in the energy to supposedly earn it. The absurdity of your world absolutely needs to become clearer and clearer to you, and you must open other people's eyes to the wastefulness and the uselessness of so many things in your world. As more and more people realize their innate value, they will, one, stop seeking outside of themselves, because they will realize that Source exists within them and expresses in the clearest way as their passion and as their enthusiasm for life and the activities that light them up with joy and love, and they don't need so much to experience it. And also they will come to realize that they've always been worthy, they've always been deserving, and they don't have to do or prove or work in any way to actually be valuable. That actually the same thing that makes them feel lit up with passion and joy is what will allow them to be the most truly productive for your world, because it is that energy of Source, of love, of creativity and enthusiasm that is the greatest gift that they can share with the world and the greatest source of energy they can bring to anyone in this world. And as more people tap into this deep innate value that it is in their passion and their connection with Source, they will not feel comfortable or willing to do any sort of job or labor that isn't rooted essentially in their deep passion, enthusiasm, and in Source connection. This will be what changes your world.
Spaceship of Babel, we are gliding through the stars on a 5-year mission beyond Jupiter and Mars, a celestial encounter on a future Noah's Ark, and you won't hear us coming if you whisper in the dark. There's an Ewok close behind me as we try to disembark. Here, Obi-Wan Kenobi as we whisper in the dark. Whisper in the dark. In the hold, we all practice Ayurveda so we won't be growing old. As we speak Path of Minor with the strangest of a quark, who can hear us on the phone as we whisper in the dark. Whisper in the dark. Betelgeuse is brilliant as we sizzle like a spark. I am lying, Alice singing